Belly Acres Kitchen. You guys, we're back in Belly Acres Kitchen. I mean, you know, what is considered my kitchen right now. So, eventually we will have a kitchen in here, but we're not gonna stop cooking just because we don't have a kitchen. So today I am going to make a roasted chicken in the roaster. Ooh, imagine that. The way that I like to make roasted chicken, and everybody makes roasted chicken different. Some people like it just with potatoes and carrots. Some people like all the aromatics. Some people just throw it in the oven and wish for the best. So this is how I do it. And you guys, this is why I love to grow my own herbs. This is rosemary from my herb garden, and it smells absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just like right here, right now, I can smell it, and it's so good. What I usually put in mine, just to roast it, is I use about 3 celery stalks. I use a couple of apples. I always have some sort of citrus, either lemon or orange. I really like it with oranges, but I have lemon today. So we're doing lemon. I use a lot of butter. Today I harvested 2 little okra off the out of the garden, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in there just because I want to use them up. I only have 2 little okra plants, and I've been harvesting every day, but we've been using them as we're getting them. I have a really bad habit of getting okra and just letting them dry and not using them, so I am going to put these in there just to use them up. I am going to put carrots in it, and of course onion and garlic. I'll put garlic cloves, the kind of seasoning I like for chicken, and this is for chicken across the board for me. So if I am frying chicken, if I am roasting chicken, if I am making chicken and dumplings, this is what I like. I love Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. This has such a good flavor. It's such a, like a down, like, I don't know, a homey flavor, you know, like homey. Homie, don't play that. It's a very good flavor for chicken. So this is what I use in all of my chicken. And then I know it's Mrs. Dash, but I also go ahead and put a little bit of salt and pepper. So I do have a roasting hen. I don't have one farm fresh yet. We haven't, last couple of seasons, let's see, fall and spring, we missed out on chickens. We were spring, we were in the middle of renovating here. Fall, before, we just missed the boat. We do have some meat birds coming in the first part of September. We're really excited about that. We're going in with one of our friends. She has a chicken plucker, and so we did the order together, so then that way it's a little bit cheaper. And this is her first time raising meat birds. She has always just raised her own chickens and processed her own chickens, not specific meat birds. So I'm really excited for her as well to kind of experience this, because meat birds they're a whole different breed. They are a whole different species. They are more like dinosaurs, you know. I always call my chickens dinosaurs. All right, so let's get to this. I'm gonna go ahead and prep all of the vegetables, get them set aside. Everything's already washed. I just want to chop things up. The cool thing about vegetables you're putting in, like to roast with the chicken, is they don't have to be perfect. Most of this is going inside the chicken, around the chicken. So I may put some potatoes with it later, but the potatoes are more to eat with the chicken. This is all more just for the preparation of the chicken. I'm not saying you can't eat it. I'm just saying it's more for the aromatics and the flavor of the chicken. all of the vegetables chopped the way we want them. The okra, I'm just gonna put them in their whole. I'm not gonna cut those up. That just kind of contains the seeds, but it's just gonna give it that fresh, little bit more fresh flavor, kind of like the celery does, just that fresh flavor. I have another bowl here. This is for the chickens. Everything, all the scraps go in there. So this is a broiler chicken that we bought at Walmart. This is how I prepare it. You don't have to do this. I always take the tail off. I just take the little tail off. I don't know why. I just never leave that on. And then I left this. I had this thawing out since last night, but you know, it still has a lot of ice in it. So I need to make room for the aromatics. So I'm gonna come in here and make sure I get all the extra out of it. Like you've got the extra fat and stuff like that is right there. And there's a lot of ice in there, so I may have to run it under water to get rid of the ice. All right, so it is a solid, kind of slushy. I am going to run that under water to get that ice out. All right, you'll also remove some of the, like some of the organs, and sometimes they'll leave some of the organs and stuff in there. That's great if you're going to make maybe a giblet gravy or a, you know, stock or broth for later if you're going to can that stuff. Sometimes I'll put that stuff in the freezer. Right now I have a whole bunch of chicken necks in the freezer that I need to boil down anyway to make broth. So I'm not hanging on to that. Now at the front you have, it just kind of depends on the butcher, or rather if they leave the long neck, the whole neck or not. This one just has a partial neck. I leave that and all this extra skin at the top because I do want that to kind of close, because I want the aromatics inside and I want kind of that oven effect inside the chicken. So I have cold butter here and I have soft butter here. The soft butter I'm going to use for the outside of the chicken. The cold butter I'm going to use for the inside of the chicken. And the reason I do that is I want the cold butter, I want to be able to chop the cold butter into smaller pieces. You can stick a whole stick of butter inside, but then you limit your room for the rest of your aromatics. And that's kind of why I don't do that. So I am going to use most of this butter, but I'm going to kind of stick a couple way down deep in there, and then I'm going to hang on to this, and then I just want to kind of stick the rest of this in here. So the rosemary, this is fresh rosemary. I just put the whole sprig in there, kind of bury it deep, okay? Rosemary is a very strong aromatic, so you do have to be careful with it. I do want a little bit of this onion inside, so I may have to take one of those out. do want garlic inside. This garlic I just keep frozen. It's already peeled. I got this at Sam's. It is awesome. But I'm going to put about 4 cloves of garlic inside here. I'm going to put 1 okra. Like I said, that's just kind of extra because I have it. And then, now that I've got it stuffed with the aromatics, I can put a couple of carrots in there. Really, the carrots and the apples and stuff, that just goes around it, but the more flavor you can get inside of it, the better. And then I'm just going to squeeze this lemon really good. And stick that lemon all the way in there. Let me get the rest of the butter in there first. Throw some butter in. You want that butter just kind of smashed down in there, so then that way you can, it's going to melt all that together. Get all those flavors. Okay. And the way I know if I have enough stuff in there is if I can hold it up and the stuff doesn't fall out. I'm dumping all my lemon juice out. That was real smart. I can put more in. All right. So, chicken is stuffed. You notice nothing is coming out of this side. That's why I leave all the skin and that neck there. So now, I'm going to do the same. Now I'm going to use the melted butter, not melted, softened butter. Then you got to get messy with this, you guys. So take some butter. I'm just going to smear it on. I'm also going to take this skin up a little bit and shove some butter underneath. We want this chicken to be moist. We don't want it to be dried out chicken. Nobody likes dry chicken, right? So get that fat all up underneath here. And you just got to think about your flavor palette, what you're looking for. If you want more savory, smoked type thing, get you some bacon fat and put it up underneath this chicken skin. But if you're looking for more traditional roasted chicken, almost like a Thanksgiving turkey, well then this is more the flavor palette you're going to go with. If I had sage, you guys, I would be putting sage inside this as well, but I didn't grow any sage this year, so look at that. Just that butter just right up underneath that skin. That onion does not want to stay in. And the rest of it, you're just going to kind of slather all over it. Like I said, get messy. If you don't like to get messy, put some gloves on. It's kind of hard when your chicken is cold because the butter wants to solidify again. Okay, so now we're going to go in with seasoning. Do not be afraid to season. We want every little piece of this chicken covered. Try to keep the stuffing in. The onion does not want to stay in. It's because we've moved around too much. Now it's kind of in cantankerous. All right, look at that. It has seasoning over the entire thing. You don't want to skimp on the seasoning. Got all those flavors on the inside. You're gonna have a nice, good cook flavor on the outside. All right, so we got the roaster pan. Gonna just spray that down really good. Then I am cooking this breast up. And now we just assemble. So I want the apples. The apples do kind of give it that sweetness. So I just find all the little crevices here that I can just kind of stuff the apples right on the legs, underneath the wings. Oh yeah, look at this, get right in here. See where the wing is? See how we missed seasoning right there? Don't miss that seasoning. We want to make sure that the entire thing is seasoned. Okay. Gotta put his deodorant. Okay, so then apples. And then up here in the top where you kind of left that closed, you can bring, if you have enough skin, you can bring that skin up and put an apple there as well. And then the rest of it is just kind of put around it. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of that lemon juice all the way on this. Don't be scared of it. And you're just gonna cook those lemons in there, because once it's all closed in together, all of those flavors are gonna meld together. Add this. The carrots are gonna bring it a little more sweetness. So remember, we're gonna have this closed up. So all of that is going to be together. I'm not gonna put that other sprig of rosemary in there, because you can overpower the whole dish with rosemary. So I have one sprig of rosemary inside for the aromatics, and that's all I'm doing. Extra seasoning and butter that's left on this, I'm just dumping that in. And then I don't want to skimp on the seasoning, so I know it has all that seasoning. I'm going to put salt and pepper around it on all of these vegetables. The salt is going to help the vegetables, kind of extracts kind of the juices from it. So that's why I'm just going to kind of do that. There's some salt and pepper. All right, you guys. So this is ready to go. I put it in our roaster. And we're going to set that to about 350. And we're going to let that cook all day. Now, if you notice, I didn't put any liquids in there. I may put just a little bit of water in there, because chicken is a lot leaner than, you know, it's not like your roast and stuff like that. I may just put a little bit of broth in there. That'd probably be better. I'm going to check on it. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit, and then I'll check on it. So we're just going to let that cook for, I don't know, about 4 hours. We'll come and check on it. It's for supper tonight, so I can always turn it down and just keep it cooking. Anyway, it is looking amazing. It's super tender. Here, it's super tender. Pretty much, it's almost fall off the bone by now. I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some potatoes and put them in here so that they can cook in the juices, and then that way we'll have potatoes with the chicken. Guys, so just added some potatoes to that. We're gonna let those cook for about an hour or so. Chicken's looking great. It's not dried out at all. So we'll come back and check this in probably about an hour and see how it looks. And it should be perfect for supper. All right, you guys, it is way later in the afternoon, in the evening. I cooked this about 4 hours, about 3 hours on 350, and then I lowered the temperature to about 250 so that I could, and that's what I put it at when I put the potatoes in here. It looks amazing. It does not look dried out. We're gonna cut this open. These, you know, the apples and stuff are really done, which those are just there for flavor. So we're about to get ready to serve this up, you guys.
All right, you guys, look at this. Rachel got that chicken out of the roaster. The wings and legs fell right off of it. That chicken is so blasted moist and delicious. The potatoes are done well. Let's go ahead and get some of this plated up and give you a taste test. Okay, you guys, look at that. I mean, you can see on camera how moist that chicken come out. Those potatoes are super good, and the carrots. What's your thoughts, Mama? Is it good?
Great.
Desi, you like it?
I love it.
All right. Okay, guys, so Rachel's taking care of Kingston. If you guys like what you see, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends. Leave us some comments, you guys. Rachel does amazing with these chickens. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out. Until next time, see ya.
Peace.